Hey everybody, I'm looking at myself on the screen. Here's what I gotta tell you. I wanna get famous on YouTube. And here's a practice run. Here's a practice run. How to upload. I don't wanna put this on Facebook. I want YouTube. It's gotta become famous and not just my local friends. And not that my 1900 Facebook friends aren't local. My name is Ryan from Standard Bike Repair, and this is my shop. It's also my home. As you can see, there's a washer and dryer. Over here, once I move my mate out of the way, is a kitchen. Sometimes there's dirty dishes in the sink and people come over to get their bike repaired.
You're going to want to give this a listen. Test drive a Nissan today and save big.
As you can see, it's a dirty, messy shop.
Shop ChooseNissan.com.
There's carpet on the ground, believe it or not. There's a rug.
Scottsdale, Arizona.
And there's like 6 bikes. The one on the end needs a rear single-speed wheel. There's Pandora. You're trying to listen to Pandora? Bam! Off. Have you heard of My Drunk Kitchen? It's such a silly show. This should be my I want to get famous on YouTube show. I should call it that instead of Standard Bike Repair. Come get a bike repaired so I can support myself. And I do bike repair not because I love bikes and there's lots of people in town to fix their bikes, which allows me to make money from my home without being on the internet all day. There's a lot of different ways to make money at home, and this is the one I chose. Downtown 18th and Arapahoe, near downtown Boulder, there's tons of people that can get to this alley-based location without great trouble. And the ability to control my own schedule allows me to be my own Ryan Kelly. I get to be creative. I get to create my days. I get to have friends. I get to make this empire of Standard Bike Repair. Is it really an empire, or is it just a one-man shop with big dreams, a legend in his own mind? I'm fully aware. Little man's complex too. Let's add that. This is going to be a lot to edit. How long should my video be? The point of this is to introduce myself, Ryan Kelly, to the YouTube world. Apparently there's a lot of viewers out there. And to try to make a name for myself in the internet world that is not local. The idea would be, of course, that it would come back local. It's almost like you're famous on YouTube, you're doing all right locally, because there's like 20 plus bike shops, depending on how you define bike shops in this town, whether they're custom frame builders or we sell bikes, we repair bikes, we do triathlon bikes, we do high-end Campanolo racing bikes, we do ghetto bikes, we only do modern bikes, we do junky bikes, we do cheap bikes, we do rentals, we do weird bikes. What type of bikes do? We do used bikes, consignment bikes, bike parts, new parts, used parts, bins of used parts, eBay, online sales only with a logo. I mean, little kids bikes, recumbent bikes, bike races, bike apparel companies. It's absurd how many bike related pedals, manufacturing, you name it, like bike coaching. There is frame building, custom titanium steel. You can have a race sponsored by a company from this town that does bike races professionally. A team. We have professional. Boulder is it's just the #1 bike business place in the world, and my shop is my house, and I specialize in repair, and especially repair with the customer. We do it right here or outside when it's nicer, and by the hour. I hate it when people just drop off their bike and have to fix it. It's hard, and it's just not as fun. I like you, the customer, come here and we do it together. It's one-on-one. It's by the hour. We only fix what's necessary. Oftentimes, I end up fixing too much or taking the whole bike apart and cleaning it and not charging enough because I don't believe in a tiny tune-up. I believe in a full overhaul. And it's often difficult to sell people the $180 full overhaul, and I end up doing it anyway. So that's why I like to do Watch, Help, Learn, which is you, me, one-on-one, and, mate, tea, beer, whatever, music, we'll hang out and do it. And I charge $55 an hour as of January 25th, 2015. It was $42 an hour, and my friends were telling, and family, and whoever had advice would be like, you're charging not enough. There's a lot of wealthy people in this town. And I'm like, there's that, and I used to be a bank teller. There's plenty of people who are going like this. It's hand to mouth. Oh yeah, that credit card bill. Oh, my bike's got to get repaired. How much is that? Gee whiz. Maybe I'll just wait off another 2 or 3 years until I get that thing repaired. I just stop with my shoe. Okay, you see some bitterness there? Don't wait until your bike is this monstrosity. Do you know how many men and women for that matter, but mostly men who think that they're going to ride their bike so hard that it is not a bike anymore. Ride it into the ground. Well, it's steel, folks. It's not going to blow up unless you get hit by a huge vehicle that your bike then will be crushed. So, bring in your bike when it's not perfect. And that's what we do here. You learn about the things that a professional, someone who knows about bikes, looks at. And then when your bike isn't perfect, your brakes are a little bit loose, the gear's not quite shifting as right, there's a little extra funny noise, that's when you bring it in. Not when there's 16 things wrong with it and you're just like, why does my tune-up cost so much? Well, you shouldn't have left it outside for so long, and you didn't bother to those funny noises. Just more noises happened after that. So bikes do need maintenance, and some well put together bikes that for whatever reason aren't ridden very hard. Or I've seen a bike that was more or less needing very little repair that had more or less gotten 35 something 40 years of intermittent riding, keeping it in the garage. It was a quality Panasonic road bike in the beginning, and back in the day when there wasn't such thing as an old crappy bike or a Kmart bike or a big box store bike, those things are terrible. They're not easy to ride. They're extra heavy, plastic components. You're not gonna have fun. It's not gonna be easy. You're not gonna lose weight if you use your Walmart bike and ride it all over town. You're not gonna be like, well, it's so heavy and it's ill repaired and thus I got a better workout. Sure, but I would believe that if you were the only person in the world who thought that, but that's many people's excuse for, hey, I'm not going to bother to get my bike repaired because I want to make it harder on myself so I can lose weight. There we go. What else do we need to talk about? Why you need to get your bike repaired? There's more to talk about here. More education to be known, especially people who ride their bikes year round. It is so important to have your bike properly tuned because it actually makes it reasonable to ride 3 miles in the rain with your raincoat and fenders on a properly maintained bike. And some people will never want that. And some people will try it once with a terrible bike to try it on, and that means it's not built for the purpose. Your bike, you have to find your purpose. A good salesman for a bike, and we don't sell bikes here, we can build custom bike if you want to help. It's a whole big process. That's the only type of bikes we sell. We just don't have enough space, but we focus on repair. But you need to find a good bike. In order to find a good bike, the salesperson has to ask you a question: what are you going to do with this bike? And if it's, I'm going to ride it around the block during the summer, you could pretty much pick any bike off any single bike if riding it around the block, once a week is the only thing that you're going to do. But for the rest of us who go to the grocery store or go to work or ride 100 miles on a road or a mountain, then you get specific. Even if you're riding it around the block, you want to get specific. Like what kind of terrain are you? Are you in the gravel? I know Bike Snob NYC loves gravel bikes, but it might be a different bike if you're riding on pavement versus a very easy trail with not that much loose dirt. You'd want slightly thicker tires. Why not? Especially if you're a little bit older. You don't need to be riding racing tires. Anyway, it's a large list of possibilities for your bike, and unless you start getting questions start coming to you from the salesperson, this is impossible to make a graph or a chart of how to get to where your bike is. But that I could probably put that together. It'd be some good content. But it's way easier just to pick up the phone or to come on over. That's the easiest, person to person, especially one with a hearing difficulty. Even without a hearing difficulty, we communicate so much better in person. Texting, give me a break, I tell you. More fights have resulted in texting. I'm not going to bring them up right here, I tell you. So this is a long video. I'm doing it on my computer, not a GoPro. No one in my family or even my immediate circle of friends apparently wants to see me online. Because I was like, I should get a GoPro for Christmas for my blog. They were like, the hell with your blog? Are you kidding me? I saw your blog. I don't want to see it again. You think anybody wants to see that? Like, it's not for you. It's for the internet. It's for entertainment, SEO. It's to have some sort of online presence elsewhere from Boulder. Because my reputation as a bike shop in a home, it's dubious. I have Boulder business license over there, and corporate numbers, making it all official, a bookkeeper, a name, a registered name, all these things I try to make it legit, structured, a corporation. This is a real entity, but it's still like a dude in his garage, even though this is my living room. Type of, it's almost like classism. Like in the distributors, certain distributors will not give me an account because it's in their contract that they won't sell to guys who fix bikes in their garages or a non-brick and mortar. And it is true, if we were to band together, for instance, as some sort of great union, we could create some buying power and actually affect the market, bring down prices, and those who are paying top dollar on the main streets of your various towns, they would have to be more price conscious to, well, I mean, and being more price conscious may just mean you go out of business, because if you don't charge enough and you still got that high overhead and you don't have a whole lot of traffic, like Boulder is crazy with the amount of people who bicycle. So this 20 to 80 bike businesses in this town is basically supported. I see tons of businesses going out of business almost every single year, but I can't even think of the last bike business that went out. And I'm probably Boulder Bicycle Studio, who specialized in fixed gear. They went out of business, but they also weren't doing it full time. They didn't give it a go. And that's a big deal. If you don't jump off the deep end and go 80 hours a week, you're not going to survive. Part-timers kill me. This is getting to be a long video. Part-timers, let's do part-timer pet peeve on a different date. On a different, not today, why I can't stand working with part-timers. Yup. I think my thesis on stand-up bike repair is about done. Thank you. Turning this off. I don't even know if it's been filming this whole time. Oh, it has been. 16 minutes. My last one was 30. My mom, she told me, Ryan, and then it was a bunch of not complimentary things on my extended video on inventory control. Man, it wasn't that interesting. I spent a lot of time editing and putting words beneath the screen. Yup, people just don't want to see a 30-minute video or a 17-minute video. And for that matter, thank you. Have a great evening. It's Sunday night. I played flag football this morning and golf in the afternoon. I don't work on Sunday. It's the Pro Bowl today. Who wants to watch the 2015 Pro Bowl? Odell Beckham. You want to watch Dez Bryant. I don't even know who else played, but you want to see amazing receivers. I'm sure Aaron Rodgers was there. Tony Romo, 4th and 1, Dez Bryant, boom, he caught it. Yup, come on NFL, give us a game. Show us all 22 on the field. I'm tired of looking at the linemen and the quarterback. Oh, football? You want to talk about football? That's another video too. Okay,